Hi, I'm Lisa Marie Goodson, and thank you today for coming to my channel, Blackberry Beauty Academy. So yes, I told you to tune in this week, and I told you that actually we were going to be talking about, and what are we talking about today? Actually, we're talking about how to set up a simple tea, coffee, or smoothie bar, and maybe a combination of all three. And so I got 4 easy must-haves or must-dos that you must do in order to have a very simple, a very functional, a very usable tea, coffee, or smoothie bar. And you can actually even add in a wine bar for those that drink. You can actually add that in as well. And so I'm going to give you the 3 tips today on this channel. And if you want that 4th tip, you know the 4th tip is always just coming straight to you. You can actually go to my Afrocentric Spiritual Home Decor channel, which the description or the link will be in the description box. Okay, so if you want that number 4 and you're gonna want it, just click and you'll be there and you'll get to see the whole video, including the number 4 way of setting up your space. So the first thing you want to do when you're talking about setting up a tea bar, now some people say coffee bar. See, I don't drink coffee, so I don't think of it as a coffee bar, but it can easily, for those that drink coffee, be a coffee bar. So think about it. I called it a tea, I called it a smoothie bar, and these are the things that I'm actually focusing on. But let me just tell you, step number 1 or tip number 1 is the foundation to every tea bar is 1, accessibility to all needed items. If you're saying you're setting up a tea bar, but you can't get to your tea, then you're not setting up a tea bar. Or even more so, tea is kind of obvious, right? If you can't get to your honey, right? You want to be able to get to your honey. You want to be able to get to your other teas, which are here. You want to be able to get to your teacup. So accessibility is everything. You want your drawers to make sense. This is the tamper for the smoothies or for the blender that I have my Vitamix. These are actually more teas, my clean out teas. Now you're not going to see all that on the bottom. I keep my blender here, so if I want to have smoothies, I can. I also have my mason jars that are in the cabinet, so I set my space up, my tea bar up where everything I need in order to have a wonderful tea experience is accessibility. Tip number 2 is beautiful and inspirational to look at. Now, I will allow, hopefully the camera man will pan this. To me, this is beauty. When I come in and I see that blue and those pops of yellow, it reminds me of spring and my tea is laid out. And so now I definitely want to have a cup of tea. So you really want to be able to make it look beautiful and pleasing to your eye. So these are all just quick tips. I actually have intensive. I do monthly intensives, and my last intensive was entitled Eating Healthy with the Seasons. It was 3 hours at live. I'm selling the replay for $97. 3 hours of exactly of every single thing I've done in the kitchen, even did a recipe for an elixir, and include a 45-minute video of my husband and I doing a vegan breakfast for our Sunday brunches. And so you get all that if you want to know in full detail, but I wanted to just give you these quick tips, and I'll also be coming to you with more thorough videos from the kitchen. So tip number 1, remember, was accessibility to all things needed, all needed items. Tip number 2 was beautiful and inspirational to look at. And tip number 3 is neat and clean. There is nothing worse than going into your own home. We won't even talk about going into somebody else's, because we ain't got nobody business talking about nobody else's house, but going into your own home and wanting to have tea, right? Wanting to be more healthy and make a smoothie, wanting to make a great healthy meal, but not able to because it's not neat and clean. Now you gotta wash the countertops and you gotta wash all the dishes and the pots and pans that's on the stove. And now you have to, you know, organize and put your spoons out and your plates and your cups, your sauces. You can see how if you had to do all that, you probably would not, and I mean it, and you know it's true, you probably would not make that tea or have that bar. And so I really hope that tea really helps you, or that tip really helps you, and that tea, I hope it helps you too. Now, if you want to know about strategy number 4, I'll have this whole video which you watch, plus step or tip number 4 in my next video, the Afrocentric Spiritual Home Decor channel. It is in the description box. The link, click on, and you will go straight to the video that tells you tip number 4. So I love you. I'll see you over on the next channel, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day.